Okay, so here we have a simultaneous equation, and we can see that the question is asking us to do 3x plus 5y equals 6 and 7x minus 5y equals minus 11. What I've done is I've numbered the equations 1 and 2 because I'd like the examiner to know which equation I'm referring to when I'm working through these. Now normally I like to have the x coefficients, the numbers in front of the x, to be the same, but they're not. But before I go ahead and make them the same by multiplying, I just checked the y values, and look, they actually do have the same number already. So in actual fact, this question isn't as bad as it could have been. I've got a 5y and I've got a minus 5y, and I know that if I add those two together, the y's are going to eliminate each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add both lines to each other now, and here we go, because you'll see something very nice happens. 3x plus 7x is going to make 10x. 5y add minus 5y makes no y's at all, and 6 add minus 11 makes minus 5. Now, if you're not super happy about negative numbers, or if you're in the pressure of an exam and you're starting a bit flustered, okay, what you can do is use your calculator, which you're allowed to have in both exams, to check. And so I've gone to my calculator. I'm going to test to make sure that I have got that one right. So 5 add minus 5 does equal 0 y's. Okay, good. And let's check the other one as well. 6 add minus 11 does equal minus 5. So I definitely know that 10x equals minus 5. And of course, I don't know what 10x's is, so I need to find 1x. So I'm going to divide both sides by 10. All fractions are divisions, aren't they? And of course, I know that minus 5 out of 10 is the same as minus a half. So I've already got half marks in this question, I'd imagine. Okay, I found that x value. Now I need to find y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute out x from my first equation, or my second, it doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm going to choose 1 in this case. Okay, and then I can find the value of y. So here we go. So I write down 1 for the examiner so he knows what I'm referring to. And we've got 3, not x's, but 3 minus a halves. So there we have it. And I'm going to add the 5y, and then that's going to equal 6, because that's what equation 1 tells me. Now I want to get the y's by themselves, so I'm going to take away minus 3 over 2 from both sides. Now if you're not happy multiplying fractions, remember that a half stays as a half, so when I have 3 halves, that means I literally have minus 3 over 2. I really have 3 halves. Okay, so the denominator doesn't change when you multiply a fraction. 5y is equal to 6 minus 3 over 2. Again, you might want to check that on your calculator. Okay, I think you'll probably know the answer is 7.5, but you want to check. Okay, so here's my calculator coming up, I'd imagine. Is it that time now? Oh, taking my time. Well, 5y, yes, and here we go. 6 minus negative 3 over 2. So what does that equal, please? Minus negative 3 over 2. And the calculator confirms to me that it does equal 15 over 2, which is the same as 7.5, of course. And if I divide both sides by 5, then 1y is going to equal 15 over 2 divided by 5, which is the same as 3 over 2. Okay. Now, even if you're good at fractions, there's no point in not checking these. Okay, so you might as well do it. But this is a 4-mark question, I think. Maybe it's a 3-mark question, but in any case, you're going to have at least 3 minutes to answer it. Okay, so there's no rush. Okay. So I'm going to check, and I'm going to show you now how to check simultaneous equations on the calculator. So if you press all clear, I'm now going to press the menu and option A. The menu and option A. That's red. Okay. And it comes up with simultaneous equations, option number 1. Choose option number 1. Okay, because that's what we're doing, simultaneous equations. And it says how many unknowns have you got? Well, we've got x's and we've got y's. We've got 2 different kinds of numbers that we don't know what they are. 2 x's and y's. And in GCSE, you're only ever going to get 2. x's and y's. Okay. When you type in the question, which is 3, 5 and 6, you press equals each time. Then 7 equals, minus 5 equals, and minus 11. Don't forget those minus signs, they're important, of course. Okay, and then once you've done that, you press equals, and up come the answers. Yes, x is this minus a half, and y does equal 3/2. Is it enough to only use your calculator? No. This is only purely to check, but it is nice to walk away from a question knowing that you've got all of its marks. Okay, so that's there to check and not to solve. Alright, okay, so I think that's done. Let's now have a look at the examiner's report. And no, I don't think there's anything too catchy there. I should imagine the negative numbers would catch a lot of people out, though, so be wary and do use your calculator to check. Okay, and I think we ought to now look at the mark scheme. Here it is. So it's a 1 method mark and 2 accuracy marks. If you're wondering what does the OE stand for, it means or equivalent. It means you could write it as a fraction or a decimal. They really don't mind. Okay, there we have it.